Yeah, well, you can get confidence when you word your sentences that way as well. So today, I'm making hot dogs, and we're gonna have sauteed onions and some.
Mommy, have you heard of MREs before? What's that?
Espresso.
Have you heard of MREs before?
I heard of an MRI.
Okay. So MREs, that stands for meal, um, what is it? Meals,
Ready?
oh yeah, meals ready for you to eat. And you know why I'm talking about this right now?
Why?
Because
You're gonna be helping to make those meals that's gonna be ready to eat.
no, we buy them.
Um, where's the excitement coming from?
Huh?
Where's the excitement coming from?
Because today we're starting a new unit in science, and today we were talking about why those meals ready for you are important. Because have you heard of don't stop yelling at me, what? Have you heard of Hurricane Maria?
Kinda.
So people who were affected by Hurricane Maria, they had to eat these meals. They had to eat these meals to stay nourished and not hungry.
Okay.
And today, and tomorrow, what I mean, next week, we will be eating some of these meals.
Sounds exciting.
And guess what, boy?
What?
We won't be eating them at lunch. No. We'll be eating them usually when people get hungry. Okay. So 2 classes after lunch, we will be eating again.
Say it ain't so.
And the reason why most of the kids in my grade go to the store after school is because they are hungry.
Because they're children. Because you want candy and snacks.
And because they are hungry.
Remember how I was used to be 13 years old and had that store down Greenville Street?
Yeah, but...
And they used to have $5 candy bags.
Yeah, but the thing is that... So,
I used to make sure I hit that store up before school because the other girls they hit me to it. And they had those chocolate things in there.
Maya and Elena and Emily, they don't be going to the store for like just gummy ones and stuff like that. They be going to the store for
Hello.
Because they have papelitos and empanadas and stuff.
Leo, let me pray for you. Sorry, 1 second. Father God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity and the strength that Leo has to be able to come on here and just express the simple fact that he needs some strength. God, I pray that you give him exactly what he needs. Give him daily bread to be able to get through this day. And give him his daily bread to feel protected and to feel loved and to feel accomplished in all of his endeavors. Continue to guide him and lead him in every way and order his steps in your word. Thank you for your mercy and thank you for your grace. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to intercede on behalf of my fellow neighbors of the world and earthlings of the world. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Okay. Which store y'all go to? Huh? The one across the street from the bus stop?
Yeah, but it's another market.
like I said I would do, I'm live again for the 6th day in a row. I'm not mistaken. And I'm also cooking for like, I think the 6th day in a row as well. And my son went and bought these little tiny hot dogs. You see this? Look at this. Hi, Leo. We're gonna have an easy dinner tonight. Yesterday I made homemade chicken nuggets. It's not that hard to do. It's just, so did you guys think that the hot dogs were better this time around? I mean, the things were better this time around? hot dogs and some sauteed onions and baked beans. Thank you for the likes and how you have the option for your choice and your choices are based off the choice. So this is the pan after I got through with, hold on, let me turn on. So this is the pan after I just got through with making the hot dogs and sauteing the onions. Now I'm about to put the baked beans in. Oh, we got a huge can of baked beans. Okay. All right. We have a lot of baked beans, y'all. We don't even eat beans around here. Tallest pan I ever seen. That's for sure. Don't come out here like that. But if I can, if I
my fault. It's good. I need a hot dog. It's good. You go cook.
I'm done cooking. For your information. You wish I would burn a hot dog at 37 years old. I ain't true.
Ah! Got it? Ah! 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 Who put it here? Who put it there?
Mm. That sounds good, Harry. Get down. Get down. You better run. I wanna run to you. What y'all want on your hot dogs? What y'all want on your hot dogs? You forgot to say onions. Oh yeah, it's not a choice, you're right. Huh? Okay. You want your bread toasted?
I want to. Oh,
Yes. Hey, Ari?
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
You're not getting your bread toasted.
Why is that? Mommy, I can't see.
You're indecisive.
Mommy, it's too foggy.
Uh,
Come you got here nail polish for food yet.
girl, sorry, excuse me, please. Give me space while I'm in the kitchen, while I'm cooking. Give me some space. dogs like we grown today. We finna eat hot dogs like we grown today. Harry, I'm surprised you know what watered down is. Give me a break.
It says watered down is in the word.
Harry, you know around here that don't mean nothing.
Well, where you got it from?
I can say, make sure y'all save your money. Y'all not wasting it. Stop watering down your money. And you go, huh? Pretty hot. What you looking for, Toots? What your friend say? What your friend say to you for getting in trouble for cussing? You're gonna say, I'm gonna call your mother.
The girl I was cussing out, or
Anybody who seen that you got in trouble.
no, it's either I got in trouble actually.
They seen that you had to run the rest of the way to school.
Actually, none of my friends were there.
So this girl that pushed you in the street,
Yeah.
she's not. What's her name?
Can
How did you guys become such buddies that she can feel like she can push you in the street?
Because she's waiting there. She was waiting at the bus stop with me and the King and Bella. She's in the class with Bella as well, and Bella knows her, and I know Bella, and sometimes when Bella isn't at the bus stop, she talks to me, and then hi. 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 This is my workspace. And why did it seem like you could do some reading from a photo? Mommy?
Yeah.
Have you seen that shirt that goes like, who's
Guys, look at these ugly pieces of Crocs that I'm wearing. Can you believe someone chose these? Like, I want that one.
I didn't say I want that one. I said I just want that one.
Nope, that's not what you said.
No, that's what I said.
Ace is essentially these pink, these
I don't want those.
charcoal pink ones that were stylish with a strap.
I want those.
Yeah, they look better than these.
But some, yeah, have you seen that short that goes like, who's my hero? My mom.
How did you see
My
it?
dad. Huh? What?
You know she ain't supposed to be watching all of this.
My mom. My dad.
Unless I send it to you.
Nah, my production. You got one more?
No. You know what? I just realized that it's one of those things that I don't even care to go and search out.
I didn't think that.
Carrie, I'm not saying that you did. I'm saying that in order for me to see it, I would have to search it up. That's what I'm saying. And I don't care to do that. That's something I'm not going to do. I refuse to look at something that's like that.
Why?
Because busting a left and going straight down and then busting a right is way better than that. Stop.
Yeah, get that in your face.
Way better.
Stop me.
Your beans gonna get cold, boo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My God. Why are you doing
Because I'm a grown woman, I know what I need to do and what I don't need to do.
You don't need to put your shoes on today?
No, I don't know that. That's why I did it. And that's why I don't regret it.
Alright.
Bye. Good riddance, too. You think I care? I don't care. Pick rock. Mm-hmm. Father God, thank you for this plate. Thank you for the hands that prepared it. Lord, let it be nourishment to my body and bless it, sanctify it in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
did you last long with that? No, because that guy wasn't respectful. I only want to talk. I only want to talk to respectful.
Why is everyone using ninja training clothes? Pamper is definitely filling up. The quality, I mean, the design came out crisp. Get it before that ninja transfer, and yes, they do.
Make sure y'all eat all your food.
Sam is a hard.
To be honest with you, I don't mind.
I'm just smoother than Sam.
Okay. Okay. Okay, ready for the response? Chapter 12, verse 111?
Sure.
So right after I finished talking to you last time, I asked to talk to my friends about this thing. I asked them, to help me out on this. When it says it's an explanation of everything, you put it's an explanation of everything in the natural world. So anything that's like what's around us, basically, it's explained in the Quran. That's what it means, an explanation for everything.
Got it. So that also includes what the Quran talks about, right?
It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Everything that's around us is included in the Quran. Not everything in the Quran is talking is detailed explanation. It's the opposite of what you're saying.
You mean it's the opposite of what the verse says?
No. The verse says it's an explanation of everything. It's not everything in the Quran. It's everything in the natural world.
Okay. So
in other words,
so it has nothing to do with what the Quran says. It's everything to do with everything outside the Quran. It's a detailed explanation of everything outside the Quran.
The Quran is a detailed explanation of everything in the natural world. Yes.
Okay. Let's test
I
that.
can even test it out. Yeah, I can even test it out.
I want to test it out.
Do you want me to start or you want to start?
I want to start. Okay. How old is the universe?
How old is the universe?
You should be able to get that from the Quran. There was detailed explanation of everything about the natural world.
That's a good one. Even us, we don't know. Even us, we don't know. You might know.
So what? God's supposed to know, right? The Quran is from God. And it's a detailed explanation about the whole natural world.
Good point. Anyway. Okay, and another interpretation I got.
Yeah, wait. So is that first interpretation false now? Were you scratching that off?
I think you proved it false. Another interpretation I got, because I asked many people, so just one or two people. Another interpretation I got, where it says all things, it does not mean everything. So I think it's a
Oh, wait.
I can explain.
When it says all, it don't mean all, huh?
Yeah, I explain what it means.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So I'll give you an example of a verse that says "Qul shay" means everything. Chapter 46, verse 25. So it says it's talking about one of the groups of people that were destroyed.
I know. And it talks about destroying their houses, right?
And it says everything was destroyed. But it doesn't mean everything in the world was destroyed. It just means everything in the civilization was destroyed. But yet that verse says everything. So in that verse, you could clearly see that everything here is not literally meaning everything. And you can use that same logic for chapter 12 verse 1.
Nope.
Why not?
I'll tell you why. Because in chapter 46, verse 25, he qualifies it. What do I mean by that? It tells you what it's talking about. So, look, it says, destroying everything by the... Now, we already know the context is talking about those particular people that being destroyed. One guy waste time reading the previous verses. Mm-hmm. So, in context, it's talking about this particular civilization. And in this particular civilization, it says, in verse 25, destroy... Let me put it in the screen. Okay. Destroying everything by the command of its Lord, So they became such that nothing could be
You gotta keep that TV off.
except their dwellings.
Mm-hmm.
So their dwellings wasn't destroyed, but everything else was.
Right. Let's go to the context of chapter 12, verse 111, because it has a context too. Let's read just the beginning.
111 is about it's about the Quran.
No, it's about the stories of the prophets. Read the beginning portion of the verse. The beginning portion.
No worries. So you're. Let's
What?
go with that.
What?
That in the beginning of the verse it says, in their stories is a lesson for men of understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go with that the Quran, in regards to the stories of the previous prophets, is not a fabrication. It's a detailed explanation of everything. It's a guidance and a mercy for the people,
Right.
and a confirmation of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about the stories of the previous prophets.
Yes, right.
That would include Adam, right?
Adam, yeah, that would include Adam. Yeah.
Who's his wife? What was her name?
What's his name? Hawa? Yeah, Eve.
Where do you get that from? You don't get that from the Quran.
Okay, again. The Quran has context. So, when it comes to the explanation of all things about the stories of the prophets, again, the Quran says to basically follow Allah and the Prophet. We don't follow the Quran alone.
Got it. Does it say that Muhammad is an explanation of all things, or that the Quran itself is an explanation of all things regarding
It
this?
does not say the Quran itself. It doesn't say itself.
So what is it talking about?
It's talking about the Quran and the Hadith.
Wait. In 12:111, what does it say is a detailed explanation of all things?
I need to refresh it. Hang on.
Okay. All right. We can look at the verse again.
Yeah.
go again. Around in circles.
In the Arabic it says it. We know what the it is.
Yeah. Well, I can argue it could be referring to the Quran and Hadith. But
No, you can't.
okay. So you think it's the Quran only, right? You believe the Quran only referring to it.
It's not a forged hadith. What is not a forged hadith?
The Quran.
A confirmation of what came before it.
By the way, stop talking about the Bible. Stop talking about the Bible.
No worries, whatever. But the Quran, right? It's a confirmation of what came before it.
Uh-huh.
A detailed explanation of everything. And a guidance and a mercy. Not the hadith. That's talking about the Quran itself.
Thank you.
Alright, now, so that means
But
that
it's talking about, wait, let me go back to the beginning of the verse, okay?
Right.
It says, there are lessons from the stories of the prophet. So let's go back. Maybe it doesn't talk about everything about the stories of the prophet, but maybe it talks about the lessons from the stories.
Blanco.
no, it doesn't say it's a detailed explanation of all the stories. It says it's a detailed explanation of everything. So if you want to say everything,
But I have to
you
read the
have
context in the beginning
it
of the
has
verse.
to be about the stories of the prophets, not just their lessons.
Blanco.
Yeah, but I think the lessons in them are a part of the
I agree. It'll include the lessons. It'll
Boy.
include the details of who they were, who their wives were, who their sons were, where they were.
But it's not the story of them. That's just the story of
That
Hey,
is their
here's
story.
another one.
What are you talking about? You mean to tell me that somebody
If I
wife
make
was
a
born?
story, if I make a story, like a biography or something, I would talk about the most important things of their life.
That's you. Unfortunately, it says in their
Espresso.
story, the stories of the prophets. Their stories include their wives.
Here,
How
espresso.
do you know that? How do you know?
When
I know.
when talking about the story of Adam, is his wife missing?
Espresso.
No. But it doesn't need to be.
Here, espresso. Blanco,
Okay.
go get espresso.
Okay. Story of Adam. It's not written by name, but it's mentioned in the Quran.
I understand. Is his wife part
Good
of the
boy. Go get espresso. Go
As
get
a side
espresso.
character, yes.
Okay, so she's part of the story. And does the
Espresso?
Quran give you the details about his wife?
No more, Blanco.
I didn't ask if it needs to. I'm asking if it does. Does it
No.
give? Okay. So if the Quran is a detailed explanation of everything
Where's the espresso?
regarding their stories of the prophets, that means that it'll
Huh? Okay.
include the details of the wives mentioned.
Where he sleeping at?
If it leaves that out, then it's not
Okay, out of his bed.
a detailed explanation of everything regarding their stories. It's missing details.
I'm saying, why would it need to give detailed stories?
Because it made the claim that it's a detailed explanation of everything, not something.
Y'all want to see the TV report?
So if you're trying to put it in the pocket or under the umbrella of the stories of the prophets, so regarding the stories of the prophets, the Quran is a detailed explanation of everything regarding the stories of the prophets. If it's lacking details, then that's a contradiction. And this verse is wrong. Make sense?
Okay, so there was a third interpretation that I heard.
So is the second interpretation wrong?
Let's stop the second interpretation. Let's go to the third one. That I
Alright,
heard.
the third one's the charm.
Third one's the song. Let's go to chapter 3, verse 7, because you said you tried to make a contradiction. Let's go to chapter 3, verse 7. Alright? So, it says the people who are, who disbelieve, they follow and then, since no one knows but Allah, here's the problem. After but Allah, they could have period next to it. They should continue the sentence, but Allah and the people of knowledge. because in the Arabic you can put it both ways in the Arabic.
I got you. So you want to go with the interpretation that not only does Allah know the true meaning of those similar kind of unclear verses,
But the people of knowledge.
so do the people of knowledge have that same
Yeah.
knowledge that Allah has.
Yeah. Exactly. Because it says وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ. You can also, if you continue thinking, إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ, and the people of knowledge. If you continue thinking.
Okay.
Some transitions they make a mistake and put like a period after except Allah.
No worries. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Okay.
Okay.
How does this solve the problem? How does this solve the contradiction?
Because you said the contradiction is between this verse, for example, chapter 12, verse 11, where you said,
that is a detailed explanation of all things, while that
yeah,
verse
and then you said there are verses that are unclear, so it's a contradiction. But you say the unclear verses because nobody except Allah knows the meaning of them. But here I'm telling you no. If you consider the sentence, you can make it except Allah and the people of knowledge.
I got you. So what do the people of knowledge say Allah means?
Some of them say Allah lahul mulk or Allah lahul malik.
You laughed at this. You laughed at this when we talked about this last time. You laughed at this.
Yeah, but I'm saying. No, it's just
now you're not laughing at them yet? Now they got the truth?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Allah lahul mulk. What's the problem? No, Allah, I heard this online before.
I know, and you laughed at this, bro. How do you expect me to take it serious when you didn't take it serious? Now you're trying to argue because it's your last chance. So now you're trying to, give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, yep, see, I don't know, mama. What you say?
I feel bad. I shouldn't have left that first.
No, you shouldn't, because it made no sense. It's silly. They're just making stuff up. You're right to laugh at that.
Okay. How do you know?
On what basis are they coming up with the meaning of what Alif Lam means? Because other scholars say something
Again, the verse by itself, chapter 3, verse 7. No one knows the meaning except Allah. Maybe Allah taught these people the knowledge.
Right. And so if Allah taught these people the knowledge, then they would have the same knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So why do they all differ?
What is the difference?
You admitted that they have different interpretations on what that means. Meaning that they don't all have the same knowledge, that's conflicting with each other, and you want me to believe that Allah gave them this? So Allah gave this person that knowledge, gave him another knowledge, and these knowledges conflict, and that's all Allah's doing. He's just sitting back and saying, simple.
Sorry, what's the last part you said? Sorry, I had background noise.
Basically, that Allah is giving people different knowledge that conflicts from the same book.
So remember people are reading it differently. What Alif Lam means, they're reading it differently. Maybe all of them are right. Maybe all of them are right.
There's only one meaning to what that is, not 600 different meanings that conflict. It doesn't work, right? The scholars don't know what Alif Lam means. They don't know what these letters mean, bro. Or words, or whatever it's supposed to be.
Again, there's different groups of scholars that have different interpretations.
I know, which means that not even the scholars know the correct interpretation because they all differ on it.
Is this the episode with the breakup? We've always been in the house. YoungMeRealtor.com. With over 500,000 new listings every month, you can find me one today. Yeah, better put a key ring on it. Realtor.com.
how does that solve the problem in chapter 12, verse 111?
It doesn't. The problem is still there. The problem is that according to the Quran, it's supposed to be a detailed explanation of everything. Yet, it has verses that are not explained. So that's the contradiction. Like, let's even scratch. Let's say 3:7 never even conflicted with 12:111. Let's say,
Okay.
let's just say that it never conflicted. It's pretty consistent with it. That doesn't change the contradiction that the Quran has, that it claims to be a detailed explanation of everything, while still having verses that are not explained.
But chapter 3, verse 7 never existed. How would that still be a contradiction? Yeah, let me just start this.
Let me say it again. I'll say it again.
Okay.
The Quran cannot be a detailed explanation of everything, and at the same time have verses that are not explained. Understand? So regardless of what 3:7 says, right? Let's imagine that I never went to chapter 3, verse 7 to show up the contradiction. Okay? Let's imagine I never went there. I'm just showing the Quran period has a problem. It claims to be a detailed explanation of everything. However, there are verses within the Quran that are not explained. They're unclear. So that's the contradiction.
And then the last thing I heard somebody told me.
Oh wait, is the third one out?
Yeah, this is the last one for chapter 12, verse 111.
That's the one.
Okay, this one I heard the explanation of everything. In fact, it is an explanation of everything, but there are more things yet to be discovered in the Quran. So the Quran
So it's not an explanation of everything.
no, because he went to chapter 18, verse 109 to previous point.
Will those things be discovered in the Quran or outside the Quran?
They're not going to be discovered here. Go to chapter 18, verse 109.
Alright, chapter 18, verse 109. And who's giving you this?
A friend of mine, just a random friend of mine that goes to my local mosque.
Okay, the older than you?
Yeah.
The grown man?
Yeah. I go through the martial arts.
Nice. Alright, so chapter 18, verse 109. Okay. Say, if the sea were ink for the words of my Lord, surely the sea would be exhausted before the words of my Lord would be finished, even if we brought another sea like it for its age.
Yes, so using that to justify chapter 12, 111. Because the Quran, it's so great that some of the verses that it has an explanation of everything, but Allah's word is so great. There are just some things that are endless. Because the Quran is endless, you know?
It doesn't say the Quran is endless. It says Allah's words are endless.
Allah's word is the Quran. For
It's
example,
not just the Quran though.
how can you see yourself as the Quran?
The Torah, Gospel, the Psalms, Abraham's scriptures, these are all words of Allah, right?
Not what you have today.
Now, I'm not saying what I think. Just simply just from what the Quran says. Torah, Psalms, Gospel, Quran, these are all words of Allah, right?
Yeah.
And then he also decrees things that aren't necessarily in the Quran, whatever, but he decrees things, says things that are not necessarily like, for example, you have the Hadith that has revelations from Allah, right?
Only 40. Only 40.
Alright, so you have about 40 revelations, right, of Allah's words. So it's not just the Quran. It's talking about Allah's words in general. His words are endless, are infinite.
No, but he's putting the Quran into this endlessness. It's not like the Quran is a part of Allah's endless word.
Yeah, the Quran is a part of Allah's endless words.
Yeah.
From what I heard, the Quran is going to end.
It only lasts for 30
You heard that thing?
seconds. After that.
I heard in Paris, Muslims are allowed to read Quran. Like, I heard there's like a hadith where it says, like,
You got too much stuff on?
in paradise, I don't know
On
if
your
it's
dad.
authentic or not, but somebody told me, paradise, you know, the people are gonna be together and then, you know, Allah is gonna be reading to them, to the Rahman.
Are you laughing?
There's a fan.
Yeah, I heard it from some random source.
Or you're laughing?
No. This is yesterday.
No, I think it's the background noise I have now.
Nah, you have, bro. You chuckle.
It's a light that does.
I feel like you kind of know that this is a relationship.
No, it's not that for it's not that for.
Okay. Well, what do you think about this? Are you familiar with the Quran verse that says that everything in existence is going to be wiped away and going to pass away, and when all that's left is all lost space?
You're talking about chapter 28, verse 28?
I think so. I don't
Don't worry about that.
That's good.
Worry about the giants.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about, right?
This is talking about, I believe, before the being says that I think even a hadith that talks about,
So doesn't that mean that the Quran's going to pass away too? Because the only thing that's going to be left is all lost space.
the Quran is so
Everything will perish.
I believe
So the Quran's going to perish one day.
but since the Quran is Allah's speech, Allah can use to read it at any time. So
You're right. But do you see what I'm saying? That's the point. The point is that it's not the Quran that's endless. It's Allah's words that are endless. He can make another Quran if he wanted with endless words.
That's what we need to do.
It's about his words, not the Quran itself. Is my point. Now, even with this, it doesn't solve the problem that
You're watching me with your eyeball.
the Quran claims to be a detailed explanation of everything. But
So there's
verses
two
are
courts
hidden.
missing.
No, it's not. I think what he's trying to say is Allah's wait, hang on. It's an explanation of everything. Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't. I need to do some. I need to find the fifth or sixth reason.
There is no
My bed over here.
there is no fifth or sixth reason, man. It's over. Just admit that I fulfilled the challenge and you have to read along today. You should have left last
You
year.
did not. You did not. You did not.
I did. You said I did.
Can you go back to the first challenge? But
No, you
did.
you said I completed it.
can you go back to that first challenge? About
No, you're supposed to leave it alone now.
Listen. Let's go back to the one that you said about Umar. Let's go back to the Umar ibn Khattab challenge that you brought up, right?
No. You already
I
said
want
you
to adjust that one too.
Alright, so at least for now, can we admit that, at least for now, there's a contradiction in the Quran?
I wish we'd do more research.
Right, but as for now,
But it's not definitive.
it is definitive. Brother, you tried everything, and one thing I want to do is I want to give you props because you genuinely tried. Like you went and you asked somebody more knowledgeable, multiple people it sounds like,
Yeah.
And you got these different answers. You remembered them. I don't know. Did you write them down?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you just
I have
remembered
a
them.
very, very, very good memory.
You do. Just remembering verses like this. Because I didn't even remember the verse. And you was like, oh, 28 years. So you got good memory. But I want to give you props. You went, you researched, you asked, and you brought the answers back that you thought were possibilities. And you were like, okay, let's see what he says to this. And you see, and you're being honest, that none of these explanations work. I love your honesty. Do not change from these topics.
I'm not. I have to
Okay.
be
Okay. So, if it's being genuine, we have to acknowledge Quran has a contradiction. At least for what we see right now.
For right now. For now.
Okay. Alright, look.
Now let's go to the Umar ibn Khattab thing, right?
I don't have time. I'll make a 3-hour mark. I gotta go.
Oh.
But I'll be allowed to get in.
Let me ask you a question before I leave.
Okay.
Do you know any other Christians that you see of? Because I don't have TikTok or Discord. Do you know any other Christians that you see?
Are you trying to go to battle with them? You trying to go, you want the smoke, huh? You want the smoke, bro? Oh, no, because
Sarah, come here. Did you wait till the nail polish was dry?
You can
Okay.
come up on stream too.
That's like, I'm gonna be like, man, that's my guy. Like, he's supposed to be on my stream, you know?
The only reason why I picked you is because you're the only one that I know on stream now. Everybody else
Oh,
is
wow.
on
I'm just the only one around. That's really, man, look, okay. I'm gonna give you some names.
I'm
But
listening.
if
I'm banned from Sun Salim. I can't go there.
okay, no sense in mind. If they disrespect you, if they're rude to you in any way, let me know. I'm gonna handle it. You got me?
Okay, so Sun Salim is already on the list.
Alright, I'm gonna handle that. Okay. But, alright, so, you got King Silk,
How do you spell it?
S-I-L-V.
Okay, got it. Okay.
King Silk. You also got, the word and I. So it's the word,
And
the and symbol, or is it, does it spell it out right here? I'm not sure. Does the word and I spell out the word and on his channel, or does let me just check.
And by the way, all these channels use
Oh,
stream
it's
now,
in.
correct?
Huh? Yeah, they all use StreamYard. Yeah, they all use StreamYard. So, okay. So the word and I, it's spelled and. So the word and I, no space. All one thing.
All one word. Okay.
Exactly. Gonna be large. Jai and DLC. So I'm gonna put it on the screen and actually show
Is
the.
it two channels or one?
It's one. One channel. It's a husband and a wife. But they're like young like me.
Jai and DLC.
Jai.
Space. Space and
Yep.
DLC.
Yep.
Okay.
And DLC reloaded.
Reloaded. Interesting.
The first channel got canceled because there was a Muslim woman that gave them false copyright strikes. I know. Giant DLC. Who else am I leaving out, y'all? Word, King Steel, Giant DLC. Maverick was just here. Maverick, I don't know if Maverick uses StreamYard. I don't think he uses StreamYard. Rob Christian uses StreamYard? Does Rob let up yet? Rob be on TikTok. Nick. Oh yeah, it's Nick. Let me know his YouTube channel is
Fearless Truth, correct?
Yeah.
I tried, but it's not StreamYard. It's from a different website. I don't know the name. It's like
Really?
I don't know if it's some other website. I think it's like OBS or something.
OBS,
Yeah. It doesn't work. I guess there's like some, I don't know, something you have to do to get in. For example, like StreamYard, I could hear you. Yeah, I couldn't hear. So I tried.
Alright. And then you got GodLogic 2.0.
Do you use a StreamYard?
Yes, he uses my same StreamYard account.
Okay, because one time I tried jumping on and I couldn't stay for long, so I had to leave. But then when I tried joining again, he took down the link.
Yeah, go ahead and cook them, man.
Alright.
Yep, alright, that's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Have fun. Don't embarrass me, man. I'm sending you to these people. So
No. I'm not gonna embarrass anyone.
Alright, go cook them, man.
Okay. Anyway, see you later.
See you later, Jabba.
You weren't supposed to be here, but now you are. Finally, our backup arrived. It took you long as...
Hey guys, how's it going? Hey man, pretty good. Alright. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, man. We got
Who's in your scene in that one, Nathan?
Very thank you.
You see your name in that one? Daniel. Úgy német színe, Daniel. Not Nino. So good some.
Together, they commanded the skyline of Manhattan.
What's up, everybody?
Trailblazers.
Guys, welcome back to what is probably the most, or gonna be the most emotional video that I've
Sean Dunn's on the road, and he's got some black in his hand, and he's moving it like it's a pistol. What do you have in your hand? Show me your hand. This police officer is so paranoid, he sees a guy parked at a gas pump. Which happened? Good to go.
The perfect everyday bag from Coach. This bag transitions seamlessly from day to night. It's sleek, chic, and just the right size.
And what kind of book?
Open. The person's more than just stagnant. How about you?
Hello everyone. Look at the pictures and find 3 different places. You get 90 seconds for each puzzle. There are 5 puzzles. Let's start. Round 1. Let's check the answer. Round 2. Just check the answers. Round 3.
I need to drink it in Ghana.
Scrubbing Bubbles invited people to apply for the easiest job in the world. They'd like to test your abilities. You just seem really perfect for the job. S.C. Johnson.
Your business is only using 20% of its data. You could look for the other 80% all over the place. Or you can find it in one place. HubSpot. All the data makes all the difference.
From relieving roughness to soothing skin, there's Before and there's Aquaphor.
Introducing the Acura ADS. Crafted to match your energy.
Just check the answers. Round 4. Round 5.
I finally found all three. I said I finally found all three.
Let's check the answers.
Hey, manager, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. How were your dinner? What about the chicken nuggets from yesterday? Were they better than the first time? So they were worse than the first time?
Welcome to the entire...
It wasn't as crunchy as the first time. And also, what else was it? It wasn't as crunchy as the first time. And I think they were just a little too sweet.
Right. They were too cheesy for me, but they were crunchy, same crunchy for me. I think I want to put them in the oven next time.
I'm not prepared for it.
This isn't just another crime story. This is the shocking killing of Charlie Kirk, a man whose name divided America. But the real question is, why did Tyler Robinson do it? Was it anger, ideology, or a complete mental breakdown? That's what we're unpacking, and I want you to share your thoughts in the comments, because this case demands open discussion.
The roommate. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right? Robinson, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. Robinson, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding us. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already struck that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK is a petty serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find Prince. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in the towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The after messages are mostly a big meaning. If I see notice board UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke of a light. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K bill. Wink, wink. Robinson again. Delete this extension. Again, Robinson. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The Fed released a photo of the rifle, and it was very easy. He's calling, not answering. Robinson. Since Trump got into office, my daddy's been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, Rob. That came from Robinson. Roommate. I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent.
Who was Tyler Robinson? Tyler James Robinson was 22. He grew up in a quiet town in Utah with parents who worked in law enforcement and two younger brothers. Neighbors remembered him as smart, polite, and quiet, a boy who did well in school, earned strong test scores, and even took college courses while still in high school. After graduating in 2021, he
My
enrolled
other
in an
sweetheart.
electrical apprenticeship program. On paper,
Come
he
here.
seemed
I need
out of
your
order.
genius.
No arrests, no police reports. Even his voter registration showed him as unaffiliated, inactive, the kind of young man who hadn't even cast a ballot in recent elections. In many ways, he seemed invisible, not a radical, not a criminal.
I need those
just
two are
another
missing.
face in the crowd.
Support.
But beneath that quiet exterior, change was
What
happening.
do you say to me?
His family noticed a shift in his beliefs. Once politically neutral, Tyler began leaning
Stop.
left.
Don't pick it up.
Showed outspoken support for
Okay,
gay
it looks
and
weird.
transgender rights. And this wasn't just abstract. He was in a romantic relationship with his roommate, a transgender woman in the process
It's
of
kind of what you did.
For friends,
You picked it up like it's the
this
tiniest
relationship
thing in
was
the
more
world.
than companionship. It was a window into a new identity
There's two of them
Tyler
with
was building for himself.
court.
But alongside this transformation came signs of
I need
something
some of
better.
your dreads to put
Investigators
inside
later
of it.
uncovered
King,
messages
I'm
that
serious.
indicated
I
he
need
had,
a
quote,
way to fill it
patterns
up.
of Charlie Kirk's hatred. His private
You idiot. It doesn't have to be your dreads. Think of something.
Retrieving a rifle from a hidden drop point, engraving bullets with words and symbols, even planning how to hide clothing and dispose of the weapon. These weren't the acts of someone who
Why I need
they
you.
were deliberate, premeditated. When authorities searched
Help.
further, they found bullet casings etched with strange messages.
Oil.
Some political, some anti-fascist.
These were supposed to be a little bit bigger for
corners of
thing
online
like
culture.
anointing
It
oil.
was as if Tyler was blending ideology with performance, turning his rage into something symbolic, almost theatrical. And then came the collapse.
It's the gift
After
to
his arrest,
homeless people.
officials placed him under suicide watch. He was given a prevention slot, confined in a high-security unit after court records revealed he had expressed a desire to end his own life. What started as anger and obsession seemed to end in despair.
King, come up with a more
Tyler
genius
Robinson,
execution.
not a hardened criminal.
That's
Not
why
an
you're in here.
obvious extremist on paper. He was a young man with no record, a shifting ideology, a new identity, and a mind spiraling into dangerous obsession. The warning signs were scattered in private messages, online posts, and bullets engraved with rage.
What's it?
And when they finally converged, they exploded into the killing of Charlie Kirk. Who was Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk wasn't just another commentator. He was a force in American conservative politics. Born in 1993 and raised in the suburbs of Chicago, Kirk gained national attention at a young age. By just 18, he had founded Turning Point USA, a non-profit organization focused on mobilizing conservative students on college campuses. What started as a small operation grew into a powerful network with chapters across the country. He became a regular speaker at conferences, a best-selling author, and a fixture on cable news, podcasts, and
But
social
eraser
media.
is good.
To his supporters, Kirk was a
That's
voice
good.
of clarity in a polarized age. He spoke unapologetically against what he
That
called
helps a lot, too.
woke culture, pushed back against progressive policies, and argued for limited government, strong borders, and traditional values. For many conservatives, especially younger ones, he embodied the idea that the right could fight back on cultural battlegrounds long dominated by the left. That made him not just a political figure, but a symbol of resistance or a rallying point. But influence comes with its shadows. For critics, Kirk represented something far
Okay. Okay, you are the reason.
My name is Hannah Collins. I'm 17 years old. On March 28th at night, during my spring break, I bled to death in a dusty diner parking lot in New Mexico. I was a senior in high school living in a small town just outside of Dallas, Texas. Life was normal. I worried about my SAT scores. I argued with my mom about my curfew. My biggest dream was getting into Texas A.
I don't believe that's what it is.
symptoms, it's nice to see
I'll watch
your
it.
doctor about a physio from moderate to severe
I'll
pain
watch
and
it.
learn about the results you need, including rapid symptom relief and
Whoever you are.
is the only gut-focused treatment for Crohn's that helps block inflammation in the gut and works right where
You
you
were. You were. You're the reason I love.
I had my whole life planned out, you know? A good job, a family, a little house with a big yard for all the dogs I was going to rescue. It was a simple plan, a happy one. My best friend Maya and I had been planning this road trip for months. We saved up every penny from our part-time jobs at the local grocery store. The plan was to drive to Santa Fe to visit her cousin for a few days. It was our first real trip without our parents. The feeling of freedom was electric. We sang along to the radio so loud my throat hurt. and we ate way too much gas station candy. On the second day, we'd been driving for nearly 10 hours straight. We were exhausted, and everything outside the car was just miles and miles of dark, empty desert. Around 10 p.m., we saw the faint glow of a sign up ahead. It was an old, greasy spoon diner called the Cactus Grill. It looked like it was from another time, but it was open and we were starving. The food was terrible, but we didn't care. We were just so happy to be out of the car. We laughed and made plans for the next day. I remember thinking, in that little booth, how much I loved my life, how lucky I was. I even sent a quick text to my dad, almost there, love you. I never thought it would be the last thing I'd ever write to him. We paid the bill and walked outside. The air was cold. The parking lot was mostly empty, lit by a single buzzing fluorescent light that cast long, creepy shadows. And that's when we saw him.
Ken, get your sick self in the bed.
Appeared from behind the big pickup truck.
So then what's
He was
wrong with your
staring
nose?
wildly, and his eyes were wide and frantic. He started mumbling something we couldn't
Okay,
understand.
Ken.
Words about voices, about messages. Maya grabbed my arm. My whole body went cold. I've never felt fear like that. It wasn't like in the movies. It was a deep, quiet,
You not done with your homework?
paralyzing cold. Just give him your purse, Maya whispered. But he didn't want our money. He lunged at us. It all happened so fast. 1 second he was 10 feet away, the next he was right on top of me. I felt a sharp, burning pain in my side. I didn't even realize I'd been stabbed at first. It just felt like being punched really, really hard. Then I looked down, and I saw the blood. Maya was screaming. Her scream seemed to echo across the entire desert. A car screeched into the parking lot. It was the police. They must have been just down the road. An officer jumped out, yelling. The man turned toward the cop, and he had something else in his hand. A gun. I heard a loud bang, then another. The man just pulled it. He fell to the ground, not watching me. I tried to stand up, but my legs didn't work. I collapsed onto the pavement. Maya was kneeling over me, crying, her hands covered in my blood. Stay with me, Hannah. Please, stay with me. And then everything went quiet. The screaming stopped. The flashing blue and red lights froze in midair. Maya's face, twisted in a silent scream, was like a photograph. The police officer, his gun still raised, was a statue. Even the killer, mid-fall, was suspended in the air like a terrible work of art. Time had stopped. I wasn't in pain anymore.
Hey, Iris, my
I
love.
wasn't scared.
What are you
I was
doing?
just aware. I felt myself lift
Are
up
they dry?
gently, like a balloon being released. I floated above my own body, above Maya, above the entire frozen tragic scene. I could see the dusty parking lot, the half-eaten burgers still on the table inside the diner, the vast, starry sky above. I was separate from it all. Then I felt a pull.
Time.
A gentle but firm tug from behind me and above me. The parking lot, the diner, the world, it all started to shrink, fading away into a tiny pinpoint of light. I was moving through a tunnel. It wasn't dark and scary. It was filled with a soft, swirling light, like the inside of a...
Hi friends, I'm going to be sharing the quickest food feedback phrase for short day like this, especially not.
I don't care.
Jewelry Exchange. Thousands of national GIA diamonds guaranteed the lowest price. The Jewelry Exchange Direct.
So, my name is Steve. I'm a regional co-watch Washington, D.C. I'm technically a Democrat, but I have very conservative views because I'm basically all the way. So I have a question which is offering kind of a disagreement, but I want to build it up, okay? So, of course, you just said Jesus is the most important thing for everyone out here. And so can you please explain to everyone out here what Jesus stood for and the qualities of love, how to love your neighbor even if they don't agree with you?
So what is your name again?
Please.
Philippe, that's a beautiful question. I'm glad you came up to ask it. But I want to also just add something, because you're right. Jesus fully embodied two things simultaneously that showed his divine and his godly nature. It's not that Jesus said good things. Jesus is Lord, Christ is King, and Jesus is God, on top of just being a guy with a lot of good ideas. So John 8, if I'm drawing from memory correctly, best embodies both Christ's mercy and love, but also his commitment to truth. And sometimes in the modern gospel, we overemphasize the grace and we underemphasize the truth. And so we are far too willing to say, hey, Jesus loves everybody, but we don't get to the second part of the conversation because Jesus doesn't want you to live in sin. So this is, in John 8, it's best embodied, right? Almost every Christian in this audience will be able to tell you the first part of this, which is a bunch of Sadducees and Pharisees are standing around with rocks, and they're about to stone the prostitute woman. And Jesus comes up and says, well, the first among you without sin, cast the first stone. And everyone starts dropping the rocks. But what comes next shows that Christ is not just grace-focused, he's simultaneously truth-focused. He goes up to the woman who had a career in selling herself for sex and said, sin no more. Now, imagine today how much trouble you would get in if you would go up to somebody and say, stop sinning. No, you're being too judgmental. No, you're actually being Christ-like. So Jesus stood. He was 100% grace and truth. And that tension is very hard in a modern world because we want to overemphasize grace when in reality Christ loves us too much to have us continue to live in sin. He wants us to try to elevate our actions to glorify God.
Yeah, be careful with that, okay?
So my question is, how can Christians get roots of love that can be injustice and form he did not say he told the truth. So I think that a lot of people in society today, when we talk about political views that are often shouldn't judge them because you think, oh, because you
Alright, I'm about to get off, my phone's dying.